Hi, welcome to the next round of the MTG Ether Clash channel. So today we're going to be picking up where we left off last week on this exact day, Path of Power, Vault version 2. So the upgrades we got in this deck is we did add another Truffle Snout, even though I don't think it's that great. But I think for the long term, we're just going to end up swapping that out next week for more Spinner Souls. So like you're going to see a really good product, I think, next week for this deck, I hope. But this week there is definitely some major upgrades. One of which is Game Trail, which is a solid uncommon land that comes into play untapped in the early games, which you really need with your 8 elves. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification for future videos. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. Let's get there together. Let's get into this deck list and see the deck in action. So we have, from picking up from last week, we still have our 4 of Elvish Mystics, really good card. We picked up of course, our 4 and 4 on our dinosaurs, just because they have 4 power, and they really synergize with this deck. And the big upgrades, like I said, this week is we got another Group's Uprising, which actually I think overperformed last week. And of course we got Game Trail, which is an amazing card for arena purposes, and Explorer, just because it is an uncommon land, and it is an early untapped uncommon land, which you rarely get access to in this kind of budget price. Notably, our other upgrades, we got a Back to Nature as a way to hate on all the pesky Overlord decks, which is kind of nice. We also managed to get a couple of Mage Bane Lizards to fight Phoenix. And then we got some Ringing Volleys, because it's just a premier sideboard card for red. So a lot of these cards we are picking up for the uncommons are going to be cards you're going to want actively in your sideboards. Besides of course, the Game Trail. That's exclusively to play a much solid mana base early in the seasons, just because, like I said, until you start getting if you're into your third dual land, you're gonna probably still play this card, right? Because the first dual lands you get is Stomping Grounds. The next set of dual lands after that is most likely Copperline Gorges, and then you could get rid of that after that. So I think this is a good dual land to get you decently into your deck building process. But that's all we got today. Like I said, there's very minimal upgrades. I think this is a pretty reasonable deck overall. And let's see this deck in action. So they just lead off with a Coast. We'll play our Elf. They go. Now, if he kills my Elf, we're just going to play Ruby. If he don't, I think we play Raptor. They go. Now, depending on what we draw here, what's going to happen. If we can get this Helena down, we would be happy with that. If we can't, we're just going to play a Cinder Maw. If you draw a land, we could probably do Ruby plus Cinder Maw. Plus 1. Yeah, we could do both. So we'll see what happens here. Opponent is thinking pretty hard about this one. Kills my Elf. Sure, we play a tap land. Get a Ruby down. Smack you. For 7s, they go. So I think this is a pretty solid deck overall. Like I said, I'm kind of excited about it. I like having 1 Ruby. Just as a backup Elf. So a tap land, Fable. So we play a Helena. Grow the Raptor. Shove for 6. They go. You gonna block that? Chomp it? Sure. We're comfortable with that. Next turn, we do have access to this, which should close this game out, I think. Okay, discards the Spell Pierce. Not very helpful in this current position. So if I tap out for 3, yeah, I can't do both. We draw a land. Snakeskin Veil is fine. So I think our goal here is to play the Elf. Pump the Elf because it gets haste, and then swing. So we get frisky. And see what he does. Alright, Sokka Sand, that happens. But this gets Trample. Alright, so that means he probably doesn't have a Lightning Axe. Alright, attempt there. Impulse. Takes 4. He didn't think about that one, probably. But he's dead. Alright, got it. So this is most likely is a Lizard matchup and an Ooze matchup. Essentially, that's about it. Burst Lightning probably could be trimmed out of here. It doesn't probably answer most of his things. Then again, wait, this is not what I think it is. This is actually Creativity. So, undo. So Creativity, I still think I want to cut Burst Lightnings. Destroying artifacts is probably okay. Some Veil seem fine. Some Pick Your Poison seem fine because of a Fable. And then we'll just cut something. Hunter's Talent. Probably both Hunter's Talent. And run a case. Run it like that. Tapland. Elf. Go. I wouldn't mind a red source off the top. We're going to be working to this farmer. There's a hazard. Elf. Go. Fable. Let's play another elf. And we're going to say enchantments. Go. Question is, can we beat him from this point? Take our beats. Play a group's uprising. Yep. I would love a land, though. Big score. Shocks himself. He might have a creativity, which means he just wins, probably, because it seems like this is the version of the worm in Xenagos build, because he's making so much treasure. Yeah. I mean, this deck wins, guaranteed, but it also has some awkward situations where if you draw the Xenagos, it's horrible. Alright, just don't draw that bad. Run it back. Land, go. I just pray we don't get land flooded this time. Like, alright, that's not bad. At least something I can do this turn. And it might make him waste a burn spell on my Mystic. Sure. Figured that was coming. Play Raptor, go. Opponent. Yeah, you should know what that resolved if you're planning on casting an Opt or something. Now you're just taking 4 damage for no apparent reason, which is not a good move. Just plays a land. Kills my threat. Play a land, go. Fable. That's a little rough. I think I just have to kill it, to be honest. It sucks that I'm using 2 cards to answer 1, but that's just what Fable is, right? If I don't, then he just makes a treasure, and then, yeah, it just kind of snowballs from there. Get rid of the Fable. One of these days, we'll draw a non-land. Second Fable. We have 16 lands left. Elf. Not really helpful at all. Yep. Torch. You're probably just going to lose to this because of the fact that we've drawn so many lands. And normally, like, we would have, like, a Besage. We could have answered this Fable. And we would have a little bit more utility out of our lands, but this particular situation, drawing this many lands, just, you can't really win. Okay. Attempt to cast a case. You have a counter. Come on, don't have a counter. You gotta let this resolve. You have 2 Spell Pierces? Okay. Go. I mean, Spinner's not a terrible card. Like I said, next week we'll have 4 copies of this thing. It's a really good Magic card. We just don't have access to it right now. Like I said, and it has 4 top power, so it's really good in this particular deck. Creativity, and it wins. Sir. Oh, win 2. Let's get into the next. Swamp Thoughtseize. Forest, go. Bandit's Talent. Get rid of the burst. Plan out. Go. Terrified. Short. Play a Raptor. Go. And to copy it. Or exproof it. Gets rid of my Truffle Snuff. To play an elf. Go to combat. Shove it in there. Say go. I just basically want to make him think I have something that's not a land. Go blank. Sure, but he doesn't really get to play the Bitter Triumph. Pays into the talent. Takes some damage. Hit ya. Chomps. Go. He does have a Hive. He scoops it up, got game 1. So against a heavy discard deck, we have Back to Nature, and we have some Case, and we have some Snakeskin Veils. Burst Lightning. Out of here. Not very good. We also probably want to trim a Truffle Snout. Back to Nature should answer the Bandit's Talent. Probably have some other enchantments. Run it like that. Hive. Alright, we go and play an elf. They go. It's like a Fatal Push, I'm bound. Sure. Bandit's Talent. Get rid of the Back to Nature. Play a Mountain. Go. Liliana. Upticks. Get rid of a Mountain. Play a Mystic. Go. Now let's see what he does. He could downtake the Lily, which would be the incorrect move. Or he uptakes the Lily. And actually hurts us. Sure. I guess we get rid of the Helena. What's your last card? So we play Cindermaw. Go. Which might actually bait a removal spell from the Liliana. Yep. What I figured would happen here. You might just pay into the Bandit Talents twice. Pretty predictable. Play another Cindermaw. Go. Okay, Invoke. We're at 6 now. Alright, so we're at 2. But I think I have to do that. Sheldred. Please don't kill my farmer. Alright. Crack the food. Hit ya. I guess I'm just dead to attacks. I got nothing for the Sheldred, which is the problematic card. Run it back. Okay, so Game Trail paying off this game. It's an untapped dual land on turn 1. Like I said, it's really decent for an uncommon. Takes the case. Ouch. Of course, we draw more lands. Play an elf. Gotcha. Waste not. Another elf. Hit you for 2. Field of Ruin. And a Punisher. Play Raptor. Yep. Pushes my elf. Just though he gets on, sees me and take 4. That seems not the greatest move, but sure. Abandons talent, gets rid of my hand. Okay. You just pay into that and pass. Liliana minus.
Something suspicious came up. For once, it's not my fault.
Why even get rid of exile the
Haven't you
fatal
ever heard
push?
of personal space?
Okay, I figured that would work. I get rid of the Liliana and his threat.
I knew this was a waste of time.
And if the other thing works, right, I would literally hit him to a decent chunk of his life. Keep playing medium-sized threats and passing. The one thing that's missing from this deck I think would be really good is the Con Rampager, but it's not on Arena. The one that basically has blood rushing. You could pitch it for a green and a red, and target creature gets +4/+4 and trample. Pretty good card, but we don't have access to it on this client. Alright, that might seal it. So this basically makes it where he has to go to 1. Or he just takes it all. So we won a match. Okay. I think it's 1 and 1. Let's get into the next. Tap. Tap land, sure. That's a land, keep it. So this hand is actually relatively decent. Assuming we keep finding lands. So we double elf as they go. So like I said, you really are investing into, I would say, some of the best Gruul cards. With elves. Not really the dinosaurs, but I think I play Spinner. Yep. Torch the Towers. We go for those. We have Snakeskin Veil. Pretty good hexproof type card. Play Grook's Uprising. Go. Hits me with a Sheldred. Take it. Alright, makes a 6/6 demon. So we're at 8. Okay. Maybe I should just left it for block. Hit a double strike. That's a retaliation on my turn. takes the bait. All right. Play another elf. Elf. Yep. Thoughtseize. Take the hunter's talent? Maybe? Yeah. Yeah, we have to chomp. And he probably has to pay into the annex. Make a 6/6 demon. Sure. Drains me. And drains me. The issue is I don't have any reachers. Scoop it up. So we have pick your poisons, veil, all of these things. Seems pretty fine. Burst lightning isn't answering anything. And then we have probably a ruby. I don't like that. Elf. Go. Cliffs. So the Thoughtseize or push? Torch. Okay. Just the worst push. Got it. Play an elf. Go. Like I said, we get huge upgrades, right? So he's gonna take Spinner, most likely. Once he takes Pick Your Poison. It's definitely not the Truffle Snout. Yeah, you're either taking this or this. Depending on what you got going on. Tap land. Alright, just Truffle Snouts for days. Go. So this one's most likely going to get replaced by the remainder of Spinner Souls and a... Oh. Okay, we did draw land. That's nice. And what's his name? We'll get into it next week, but the Gruul guy, free draw. Pretty solid. We just need one copy because he is legendary, but... Truffle Snout. Nope. Not really the best card to have, but take it. Cinder Mog. Go. Gets frisky. Block. We are definitely running out of gas, though. Alright, another Cinder Maw. Yep. Alright, Spinner. So now he has to kill my giant Cinder Maw. It doesn't. Take their beats. Yep. Fable. Passes. Just keep the 4/3s going. I mean, they are not small things. How do you block? Okay. So you take 4, go down to 8. I mean, if he has a fatal push, he could do it regardless. Sure. Double fatal push. That just probably sealed it up. We have not drawn necessarily that great. An elf. Again, we have not enough green mana to support this hand. And we're about to lose half our life. Let's get rid of the Fable. Pass the turn. I'm assuming we're dead. I mean, because this is down to 11, down to 5. And you can't cast that. So we dash. Cool. So 1 and 2. But let's get into the wrap up. So what did we learn this week about this deck overall? Oops, wrong mode. Bam, there we go. We went 1 and 2 with the deck. Pretty solid record for a deck with a small amount of rares, right? We beat Waste Not. I do think post next week, this deck is going to be even way better, right? Because we get to cut the fluff of these cards, even though we get them right out of the gate, because thanks to Wizards. But we get to have more copies. I think this, Spinner, and other things like for Ferocious. So like we get like our actual synergies. Ferocious should be the name of the deck. So I'm actually kind of excited about what this deck will look like next week, Make sure you subscribe, come back for that, because I think you might be surprised, and it might just really surprise you on actually how good it is. But until then, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.